Boston's 10 p.m. news leader. This is the 10 o'clock news on WB56.
Did you hear the one about the cow that escaped from the slaughterhouse and then was rescued by a family of vegetarians? It's a true story, and it happened right here in Massachusetts. Now, Hollywood is going to make a movie about the incredible story of Emily the cow. Here's Dave Andrews.
She's the local celebrity.
Right? Are you the local celebrity?
This is one Holstein that'll never end up as the main course on somebody's dinner table. Emily the cow is one lucky bovine. Once just hours away from the butcher's knife, she's now assured of living out her life with a family of vegetarians in Sherborne. And this is where the saga of Emily the cow began a year ago in November. She escaped from this slaughterhouse in Hopkinton on the day she was to be turned into hamburger. She leaped over a fence to freedom, and she leaped into the hearts of thousands of people. Emily spent 40 days and 40 nights hiding out in the woods of Hopkinton, finally lured out last Christmas Eve of all nights by Meg and Louis Randa.
My husband and I had set up the Vegetarian Resource Center just a week before we learned about Emily, and it just had all of these things coming together at the same time, and just seems like it was all meant to be.
The Randas, both pacifists as well as vegetarians, run a school for disabled children and a spiritual retreat on 3 acres in Sherborne. A statue of Mahatma Gandhi adorns the front of the property. Meg Randa is convinced divine intervention played a role in Emily's life being spared.
And it's just a story filled with hope and love and compassion, and certainly is a wonderful story during the holidays.
Emily's story has made news internationally. Visitors from far and near come by daily to see her. And Hollywood has picked up her story also. 2 producers are working on a screenplay right now. 7-year-old Abby Randa thinks her friend Emily would make a perfect movie star.
They should think that they're pretty nice, because they are.
Emily's a pretty nice cow, huh?
Yeah.
In fact, a double will probably be used to portray Emily in the film. Emily appears totally unaffected by all the attention. And one can only wonder if this 3-year-old Holstein has any idea of how close she came to the end, or just how comfortable the rest of her years should be. In Sherborne, Dave Andrews, the 10 o'clock news.
Emily lives in a beautiful barn.
She's a movie star.
Yeah, I guess.
You're watching WBZ-TV Boston. Now, Joe Shortsleeve, Suzanne Bates, and Ed Carroll. This is News 4 New England.
Remember Emily the cow? She's the heifer that escaped from a Sherborne slaughterhouse last year. Well, Emily is on her way to Hollywood. First Look Pictures bought the rights to Emily's story. Now a screenplay is in the works. The Randa family, who helped save Emily in real life, will also be represented in the film. Shooting begins in Sherborne soon. Hopefully the film will be out by next Christmas.
Live from Channel 7, WHDH-TV Boston. This is 7 News Today in New England.
She's a runaway cow who captured the hearts of many Bay Staters. Now this Sherborne heifer is going Hollywood. 7 News reporter Darlene McCarthy tells us now she's going to be a movie star.
If you think this is a horse, then you are wrong. And if you think that cows like Emily are dumb, then you are wrong again. Emily's epic begins, but luckily does not end here at a Hopkinton slaughterhouse.
She was on the assembly line ready to go into the slaughterhouse, and she no doubt sensed what was going on inside and decided to get herself out.
By, believe it or not, hurling her 1,400-pound frame over a 5-foot gate.
She's definitely feisty.
While word spread of her escape, Emily wandered the woods of Sherborne for 40 days and 40 nights until the people who formed this vegetarian resource center offered her shelter.
Mother Teresa has actually visited this Peace Abbey, and if you believe in things mystical, you must ask yourself, just 10 miles from the slaughterhouse, how did Emily find help here? A place that values the sanctity of all life.
including her cows.
I have to say it was fate. There's no doubt in my mind that there was some sort of divine intervention.
Rarely do you have to wear a coat or gloves in a living room, unless, of course, that living room is in a barn, which you share with a cow named Emily. A movie company has made the $10,000 barn while it begins the task of telling Emily's tale of survival. That could make her as big a star as Babe.
Thanks very much.
Emily's tale should be out next Christmas, a perfect season for stories of magic and for the children who love magical things, like Emily.
She's family and she's fun and she loves to lick you.
Darlene McCarthy, 7 News.
Now, from New England's own 24-hour news channel, this is New England Cable News.
It's lights, camera, action for Emily the Cow. That and more tonight on this Wednesday, December 18th edition of New England Cable News Prime Time.
Finally tonight, a Hopkinton Holstein is going Hollywood. It's been 1 year since a Massachusetts family adopted a cow that narrowly escaped the slaughterhouse. Now Emily is the star attraction at a school for disabled children. And as New England Cable News reporter Allison King tells us, a movie is in the works.
Emily arrived at the slaughterhouse in Hopkinton, and didn't take her very long to figure out where she was and what was happening there.
You may remember the story of Emily the cow. It was November 14th, 1995, the day the Holstein jumped a 5-foot fence, effectively escaping the meat market.
How does a cow this size jump a 5-foot gate?
I can only guess that it would have to be just sheer determination to live and probably a major shot of adrenaline.
Thus began a harrowing 40-day and 40-night journey through the Hopkinton woods. The escape caught the eye of Meg Randa and her husband Lewis, animal rights activists who see Emily's excellent adventure through spiritual eyes. So the Rands went in search of Emily, ultimately bringing the cow back to Strawberry Fields, where they run the Peace Abbey and the 25-year-old Life Experience School for disabled children. Emily was even featured last January in People, but her magazine debut pales in comparison to her latest venture.
She actually does have a movie contract with a film company in Los Angeles.
Emily's saga has gone international. In August, a group of Hindu priests traveled from India to honor her. They prayed to her as a divine power, and later she was blessed with this pink mark on her forehead.
The Randas, strict vegetarians, are very spiritual people. They feel Emily's Christmas Eve homecoming was orchestrated by a higher power. Now they feel she is helping them spread the Christmas message of peace and goodwill.
It's just been a year filled with just amazing visitors and circumstances.
Allison King, New England Cable News, Sherborn, Massachusetts.
Babe is history.
Live on UPN 38 Prime News.
Based on a true story, the tale of a bovine beauty's run for her life heads to Hollywood.
Last year, she made a mad dash for her life. Emily the cow wanted no part of the slaughterhouse. 1 year later, she has a new home, and her daring escape is catching Hollywood's eye. UPN 38's Allison King has the utterly touching story.
It was November 14th, 1995, the day the Holstein jumped a 5-foot fence, effectively escaping the meat market.
How does a cow this size jump a 5-foot gate?
I can only guess that it would have to be just sheer determination to live and probably a major shot of adrenaline.
Thus began a harrowing 40-day and 40-night journey through the Hopkinton woods. The escape caught the eye of Meg Randa and her husband Lewis, animal rights activists who see Emily's excellent adventure through spiritual eyes. So the Rands went in search of Emily, ultimately bringing the cow back to Strawberry Fields, where they run the Peace Abbey and the 25-year-old Life Experience School for disabled children. Emily was even featured last January in People, but her magazine debut pales in comparison to her latest venture.
She actually does have a movie contract with a film company in Los Angeles.
Emily's saga has gone international. In August, a group of Hindu priests traveled from India to honor her. They prayed to her as a divine power, and later she was blessed with this pink mark on her forehead.
The Randas, strict vegetarians, are very spiritual people. They feel Emily's Christmas Eve homecoming was orchestrated by a higher power. Now they feel she is helping them spread the Christmas message of peace and goodwill.
It's just been a year filled with just amazing visitors and circumstances.
Allison King, UPN 38, Prime News.
There's a cow in Sherburne, Massachusetts, who has a new lease on life. She's going Hollywood. Babe was a big hit at the movies. And if you can make a film about a talking pig, how about a cow that managed to escape being turned into a hamburger? Believe it or not, there's word that Hollywood has its eye on